A little while ago, I auctioned off some Pokemon team readings for charity, and Hope here was generous enough to buy one of them. So, looking at you as a character design, what kind of team would you have? Well, the first thing to look for is always the color scheme, and with a primarily grey and white palette, the main types that correspond to that are normal, steel, and, in certain circumstances, ice. The next thing is costuming, and the one thing I note is that you're dressed quite warm. A big soft sweater with a kind of ice crystal pattern over a shirt and paired with a draped knitted skirt, I think. Then there's the heavy leg warmers finished off with boots, and all of that points towards comfort, softness, coziness. It's those kinds of vibes, and since the outfit is also fairly low contrast, it really contributes to a sense of calm sensibility from this look. Then there's the bonnet, which first of all complements your hair quite nicely, of course, but it's also a practical garment. It keeps your hair out of your face, and to me, that's often associated with slightly old-fashioned kinds of practical work. So, how do we unify all this into a Pokemon team? Well, here's a pitch. The vibe that I'm getting is something like an inn owner in a snowy mountain town who runs a small bed and breakfast kind of arrangement, and maybe occasionally goes out to rescue an overconfident tourist skier who got lost in a snowstorm. So, your main partner Pokemon is Mabostiff, your big, faithful mountain dog friend who guards the house and clears a path through the snow when you have to go out. Then you have a Delibird, which helps you forage and manage the kitchen, and in the kitchen, there's also Torkoal, which heats your stove and your oven. If you live somewhere cold, I really do feel like you ought to have at least one fire type on your team. Outside the house, you have a Sawsbuck in its winter form, obviously, who helps you get around and carry things, and there's a Snom, which has built a little nest around the back of the house and which will eventually turn into a Frostmoth. Your final Pokemon, though, is Abomasnow, which is not so much your Pokemon, not a Pokemon that you've caught, but a Pokemon that you just know is out there, somewhere in the snow, and sometimes you leave leftovers out for it, and sometimes it does you a favor in turn. It always pays to stay on good terms with the local mysterious cryptid. That's all just based on character design and vibes, though. Let me know if it fits, and thank you for contributing to a $500 donation to the Transgender Law Center.